may have found the best knife to pair with Golden Harvester. This is the first time I've ever owned Bat, I think, but I didn't realize how good it pairs with my gold trophy. So in today's video, I'm gonna be doing another rating subscribers inventories. This has been like a heavily requested series to bring back. And if you guys didn't know, Nicholas actually gave me check inventory commands since I'm a Murder Mystery 2 community helper. Anyways, if you want to be in the next rating inventories video, leave your Roblox username in the comments. And as per usual, feel free to like and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Okay, so I'm gonna be ranking them a little bit differently this time. So the last time I did this, I gave this a number rating. Like if your inventory was an 8.5, I'd give you an 8.5 out of 10. But this time I'm using Tier Maker. And as you can see down here, I have a few people I added. And just because I got a little bit of slack for this last time, I am not rating these people. I am just rating their inventories. So if they have a bad rating, obviously, it is just their inventories. Okay, starting off, we have DwasFound. In his season 1, this guy has like every single season 1, which is insane, and 4 water guns. That is crazy. But it looks like besides the chroma water gun, I think he has everything here, and he even has 12 leaf knives, which puts him up on the list for me. That is a W season 1, I can't lie. It looks like he has every single classic as well. That's beautiful. He's even got some doubles of some stuff, 2 old glories, 4 heats. He's got a couple of the rare stuff too. Opening up his holiday, he's got ginger scope. That is instantly a W. Looks like he has most, if not all, of the Christmas section as well, besides maybe the chromas, but he is missing Celestial. I don't see Celestial here, but he does have the Evergreen set. That is beautiful. This set is like so rare now. Same with his Halloween. He's got some crazy Halloween as well. 2 Vampire's axes, bro. He's missing the Traveler set, but he does make up for it with all the rest of his stuff. Okay, so his inventory is solid, very, very solid. But if you know me, we don't only judge the knives, we judge the effects. And at his effects, he's got some pretty crazy effects. He's got the 2019 Aurora. So this guy's been playing for a while. He's got the pedals effect. That's pretty rare now. Solid effects and solid radios, looks like. He has almost all the knives in the game. So I feel like it's only fair that I put him in A tier. He doesn't have any of the rare chromas, but he has like everything else pretty much. All he really needs to do is add like one of the newer chromas and he'd instantly go into S. Okay, so the next inventory we're gonna be looking at is this guy. It's Oblivious Vines. And opening up his season 1, it looks pretty good. He's got some solid weapons here. Nothing too crazy, but it looks like he has a couple of the item pack sets. No leaf knives. That's a shame, bro. He's got a couple chromas, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna be honest, even though they were duped to hell, I really like the Chroma Tides and the Chroma Luger, especially Chroma Tides. Chroma Tides has always like looked very nice to me for some reason, but he doesn't really have any like commons or anything, but he has a couple good godlies here. All right, his holiday, he's got 2 Evos, the Ginger Scythe and the Ice Crusher. That's a W. That means this guy's been playing for a while. He's got some solid godlies in this section as well, but other than godlies, he doesn't really collect the commons or rares, which is kind of disappointing. I like to see full inventories personally. And then looking at his Halloween, he's got some good stuff as well. He doesn't have the Reaver Evo, but he does have the Spirit set and he does have Elderwood Revolver. He has a couple stacks of like the commons, but nothing like too spectacular. Now judging his effects, he's got the Bloom, the Flow, the Glisten. He's got some pretty solid effects. The Jellyfish is getting up there in rarity. I mean, it was last summer, but it's getting up there. He's got some other stuff like the Traveler's Flame, Sunbeams, Matrix, like some pretty solid effects here. And then his pets is pretty good. Honestly, I'm gonna put him in B tier. I think B tier is pretty solid. He has a bunch of the godlies. He has a couple Evos, but he doesn't have any of the commons or uncommons. So that like makes it look kind of weird in my opinion, but he does have some good effects. I like his effects section. All right, the next inventory we're looking at is Thunder1174. And I'm pretty sure I know this guy's rich because I think he's on my friends list, but open up his inventory in his season 1. My eyes are instantly drawn to the Sakura. So the Sakura is getting pretty valuable, but other than the Sakura, it looks like he just has a bunch of like regular season 1s. He's got Darkbringer, which is a W. He's got Leaf Knife, which is another W. All right, his classic section is looking pretty good too. He's got Corrupt, Chroma Tides, and Chroma Luger, same as the last guy. I really like this set. He's got JD, he's got the 2 Glitch Knives, and then it looks like he has the Sparkle set, the entire Sparkle set, which looks very clean. It makes his inventory like stand out a little bit because he has the entire set, and that's pretty much all the commons he has. So that's definitely a W. And then his holiday, he's got Ginger Scope. Ginger Scope is also another gun that's going up in value. He's got the 2 Evos, but his Ginger Scythe is still a godly, but having those Evos is still a W. He's got got all 3 evos with the Reaver, and then he has the Harvester to pair with it. That's a W as well. Having that set is pretty cool, especially since you can only get this evo in 2021, so having this set is pretty cool. He's got the Chroma Bone Blade and Chroma Elderwood, but other than that, nothing too special. But then looking at his effects, and yeah, he's got some pretty good effects too. He's got Easter Glow. That's a W. That's a rare one. He's got the Floral effect, which is pretty rare now. Jellyfish is pretty good. He's got the 2019 Aurora. So this guy's been playing for a long time. He has some pretty crazy effects in here. That's a W effect section. And then he has one of the rare radios, which is pretty good. Pet section is pretty lacking, but you know, I don't judge pets too harshly. Honestly, I'm gonna put him up in A tier. He's got all 3 evos. He has some pretty solid effects. I think his godly section is a little bit lacking, but that sparkle set was beautiful. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 sparkle set. Okay, so the next inventory we're looking at is for KarateNoah. All right, open it up as season 1. He's got Shark Seeker. That's a W. He's got Plasma Beam, Nebula, Gemstone, Bioblade, and he has the Leaf Knife. This just saved his season 1. He's got a couple godlies here. The Shark Seeker's pretty nice. He's got Palms. Nothing too special though, besides the Shark Seeker. And then open up his classic. He's got Death Shard and Virtual. Even though they aren't that valuable, I think Death Shard is so cool, so underrated. And then his holiday, he's got Chill, Cookie Cane, Eternal King, Ginger Mint, Pumpkin. In my opinion, Chill is another one of those underrated weapons. I think Chill looks insanely nice. Even though its value is not that good, I feel like Chill is one of the better looking godlies. There's something about the dragon head that's like spewing flames that just like tickles my brain for some reason. All right, then open up his effects. He doesn't have too many effects, but he is cooking here because he has the Sunbeams. Sunbeams is pretty crazy. He's got the Jellyfish, Cursed, and Ghost. So nothing too insane, but he is cooking with those 3 effects. And then he has the Vampire Radio, which is a W, and then his pets, he's got the Sammy. Nothing too insane. I feel like I put him in C tier. He has some good looking weapons, like some of the underrated weapons in my opinion, but I put him in C tier. All right, the next inventory we're looking at is X10Quex. I feel like I butchered your name and I apologize, but open it up as season 1. He's got the Darkbringer and Plasma Blade. And this dude obviously plays the game because he has a lot of commons and uncommons. Looks like he unboxes and stuff. No leaf knives though, which is a shame. Get yourself a leaf knife and you will be supreme. All right, he's got Corrupt though. Corrupt is crazy. I don't think I even have Corrupt. So if you have Corrupt, you're beating me. Fang, Red Seer, and then just a bunch of like regular commons and uncommons and rares, which is pretty respectable. That means he actually plays. Then his holiday, he has an Evo. Okay, he has an Evo. He has the Ginger Scythe Evo. That is beautiful. Ice Dragon was my first godly, so that's insane. And then he has the Phantom set that's pretty good. And then his effects. He doesn't have too many effects, but just like the last guy, he's cooking a little bit because he's got the Matrix effect from last year. He's got the Jellyfish from last year. He's got the Flowers from last year. So this guy definitely played a lot last year. So that's respectable. Nothing in his radios and nothing in his pets. He's got an Evo though, so that like kind of saves him. And Corrupt. Honestly, I'm gonna put them in C tier alongside this guy. It has a couple things that I personally like, but nothing like too insane. Also kind of cooking with the effects. All right, the next person's inventory that we're looking at is Spoder5555. And opening up his season 1, he's got the water gun, so that's a W instantly. No leaf knives, which is a shame, but he does have like a couple of like the OG sets. Like Clownfish is pretty respectable. He's got Meadow, that's W. He's got a couple good classics as well with the Chroma Luger and the Death Shard. All right, opening up his holiday, he's got Ice Piercer, Icewing, Eternal Cane. Couple good Christmas godlies. Nothing too insane though, but he does have the Ice Piercer and the Harvester. And then in his effects, he's got the Matrix effect and the Sunbeams. So he's basically like the last guy with his effects where he's kind of cooking with the effects. And Celestial's pretty nice as well. I think I'm gonna put him in C tier along with these two, like a couple like respectable things, but nothing like too crazy. All right, the next inventory we're looking at is Calliwick. I see this dude in chats all the time, so I feel like this guy has trophies. I'm like, he doesn't really have anything in season 1 besides Darkbringer and Shark Seeker and the Plasma Beam set, but he might be one of those guys that kind of just like, I've noticed trophy players like to have their inventories empty. So yeah, as you can see, he doesn't really have anything in his classic as well. He's got Shark, 67 fusions, what a W. If you guys didn't know, before I started collecting leaf knives, I used to collect fusion knives, but he needs to start collecting leaf knives, let's be real. All right, opening up his holiday. Yeah, I knew he had a trophy. He has the number 13 Red Celestial, which is beautiful. And then he has 13 Celestials to pair with it. He also has Ginger Scope. He has the 2 Christmas Evos, that's a W. He's got Constellation, that's a W. He's got the Vampire set. So he's kind of cooking with his Christmas and Halloween, especially with the trophy and having the same number of like regular Celestials, that's a W. Dang, this guy has a ton of effects. Okay. He has a bunch of OG effects like Aurora, Hollow Blaze. This guy's been playing for a while, holy. And then his radios, he's kind of cooking as well. He's got radios from like 2019, that's insane. And then his pets is kind of eh. But honestly, because he has all those effects and he has a trophy, trophy, and he has 13 celestials to pair with that trophy. I think I'm gonna put him in S tier. I might bump him down because like he was lacking in everything else, but I feel like that was like purposefully done. Like he doesn't collect stuff, he just wants the stuff that he has, which is honestly respectable. All right, the next inventory we're looking at is It's Unique Tiger. Open it up, his season 1. Jeez, bro, this guy stacks weapons. Holy, this is insane. Bro has the chroma water gun. I think he has everything in season 1. That's crazy. How many leaf knives does he have though? That's the real. He has 23,000. Bro, slide me these leaf knives right now. I think he has more than me. Does he? No way this guy has more leaf knives. He has more leaf knives than me. This guy is the real leaf knife king. Holy, I'm gonna have to pass the crown, or maybe I need to start collecting again. All right, looking at his classic, he's got, it looks like he has every single classic as well. He has doubles, if not triples of most. He's got pretty much everything. I think he has everything. Yeah, he definitely has everything in his classic section. That's W. Crazy, crazy classic section. And then open, oh my goodness, this dude is rich. He's got 2 celestials, ginger scope, the 2 Christmas evos. He's got chroma bauble, beautiful. Chroma constellation, he has 2 of the new chromas. And these are like very valuable right now too. He has the evergreen set. He has pretty much everything. He doesn't have the chroma evergreen set though, but he does have everything else pretty much. That is insane. And then his Halloween, he has the evo. He has 2 harvesters. He has traveler's gun. That's pretty valuable now. But honestly, his Christmas section is where it's at because he has like everything in the Christmas section. If he had chroma traveler's gun, that would have been insane. But no, this dude's inventory is insane. And then he has like a ton of effects as well, a ton of rare effects. This inventory is literally 10 out of 10. Yeah, this guy is instantly going in S tier, instantly. In fact, I'm gonna bump him above Callie. This guy is the #1 inventory right now. That is an insane inventory. All right, the next inventory we're looking at is Real Miranda, the GOAT. I think this guy's a YouTuber, I'm pretty sure. But open it up, his season 1. He's got some good stuff. He's got the turkey, he's got 2 water guns. That's pretty goated. Let's see his leaf knives. Let's see his leaf knives. He doesn't have any leaf knives, but I feel like this guy gave me his leaf knives, so that's probably why. Pretty decent season 1 though. His classic section is a little bit lacking in my opinion, but he does have some good stuff like the chroma shark, the death shard, the Luger. He has some pretty good classics. Opening up his holiday, he's got the celestial and ginger scope. Ginger scope just bumped up his inventory because ginger scope is pretty valuable now, so that in constellation, that's a W. And then nothing too special. He does have the vampire set as well, hollow scythe, and then his effects, he's got a bunch of like rare effects. He has the paddles effect. The paddles effect is so cool. This is probably one of the best effects. So he has like a bunch of like rare good effects as well, and he has the vampire's radio, and that's pretty much it. With his Halloween section, personally, I put him in A tier, definitely. He has some pretty great effects as well. I feel like A tier. I'm just gonna put him in A tier. A tier is fine. All right, the next person we're gonna be looking at is Wuzzy. I think I promised this guy to review his inventory, and I know he's rich because he's the one who let me borrow chroma traveler's gun. So I know this guy has chroma traveler's gun at least. All right, opening up his yeah, this guy's rich. This guy is insanely rich. Holy, he's got all of season 1, looks like. He has chroma water gun. I need to get my hands on one of these too, especially since summer's coming up. I need the water gun. He's got 200 leaf knives, bro. 200 leaf knives. Great classic section. He's got the 2 glitches. Looks like he at least has one of everything. And then open up his Christmas. He's got celestial, ginger scope. He's got the 2 evos, beautiful. Looks like he has pretty much all of the Christmas as well. He's got the evergreen set. No Christmas chromas though. That's a little bit surprising. I thought he'd at least have chroma constellation, but apparently not. But he does have ginger scope and celestial, which is insane. That's W. He's got pretty much one of everything in the Christmas section. And his Halloween, he's got 3 bat wings, 2 harvesters, chroma elderwood blade. And yeah, as you see, he has the chroma traveler's gun. That is insane. I can't lie, just having this knife alone, I think puts him instantly in S tier because not a lot of people have this weapon. And then he has some pretty great effects as well. The jingle effect, this guy's been playing for a while, and he's got some pretty good radios as well. So yeah, I'm gonna put this guy in S tier. This guy definitely deserves S tier. I'm gonna put him above Callie. Okay, so the next inventory that we're looking at is Loves. I'm so sorry that I botched your name. Opening up their season 1, they have Bioblade and Gemstone. That is beautiful. 5 leaf knives. This guy's the GOAT. Nothing too special in their season 1 though. Opening up their classic, they got Clockwork. Clockwork is like my favorite classic almost. Clockwork is one of my favorite classics, so that's an instant W. Got some code knives like the sketch knife, the sub knife. That's a W. Nothing too insane though. Oh, they have ginger scope and the ginger size, so they have the set. That is beautiful. That just upped their inventory a ton. And then they have a couple Halloween godlies, but to be honest, some of the good ones, they have bat and makeshift. That's a W. And then their effects. Ooh, they've got some great effects. They have fireworks. That's a W. Definitely a W effect section. And then their radios, they have the ghost radio. That's pretty rare. I'm gonna put this guy in B tier. I think B tier is pretty respectable. Got some solid effects. Has the ginger scope, which is pretty insane. One of the Evos, so I think B tier is reasonable. Although I feel like maybe I need to bump one of these guys down to B tier because I feel like maybe his inventory was better than one of these two, but yeah, never mind. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. All right, last but not least, we're gonna be looking at the inventory for V Cool Person V. And opening up their season 1, they have the Dartbringer and the Shark Seeker and Chroma Gemstone and Water Gun. That's a crazy set. That's a W set right there. If I had these two, I'd be wearing these two. That's insane. They have 5 Leaf Knives, which is also a W. Classic section's a little bit lacking. They don't have anything too crazy in here, but they do have Chroma Seer and Blaster. Back in like 2019 or 2018, Ice Dragon and Blaster used to be like my go-to set that I would wear. So Blaster has like a special place in my heart. And then they're, oh, okay, they have Chroma Constellation. That just bumped up their inventory a ton. Oh my goodness. For me personally, I feel like this is one of the best chromas to ever exist. It's just so beautiful. I'm predicting it right now. This is gonna spike in value, not because of how many people have it, but how good it looks. Because look at Harvester. So many people have Harvester, decently high in value, just because everyone wants Harvester. Then that's pretty much it. Ooh, they have the Chroma Vampire's gun too. That's a W. Okay, so they have the 2 newest holiday chromas. That's crazy. And then their effects section, they've got some great effects in there as well. There. Okay, I think personally, I'm gonna put him in B tier. Oh, he's another one where I kind of like him going back and forth between B and A. I'm gonna put him in A tier because he has like 2 of the new rare chromas. So, and he has some good effects. Other than that though, his inventory is lacking a little bit. He does make up for it. But anyways, that concludes my ranking subscribers inventory video. As I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to be in one of these videos, put your username in the comments. I might be making this into a weekly series. So, anyways, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe. I hope you have a fantastic day. And as they say, stay breezy.